Yo YouTube, LDRMAS cosplay here. Yo. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about a full-on review of the Turtle trailer. I know I did a reaction video, but I kind of also wanted to talk about like it in parts. Or more importantly, what I really wanted to talk about is that how cool, like I mentioned in my other video, how cool the turtles look between how they're going to look in this movie between the last movie. I was watching it again this weekend with my friends, and you look at it, and I think it's a combination of like Gotham City and the 2007 to 2011 cartoon that I grew up with, and that's why I liked it so much. And this one, it looks like it's going to be a combination of the 80s one mixed in with kind of more of the comic book. So I think that's why a lot of people are more excited about it. They look brighter, they look Mikey's a different color altogether. If y'all haven't noticed that, he's completely a brighter green than he was in the last movie. His face is even a little softer. They didn't change much on the beaks like everybody was still complaining about, but his face is more round, I believe, and I thought that was kind of actually cool. And I love, if you actually looked at their arms have gotten a little more muscle than the last time, or that's what I thought. Yeah, I finally did see the picture that everybody was talking about, that Donatello had a Nintendo 64 controller on his arm, and I told y'all that controller in the 2014 video, that was a Nintendo controller flipped backwards. I've told you that. So Nintendo has something to do with these movies, just like all the other things have to do with this movie. Crush, how many advertisements was in that movie? But hey, if that's what gives us our movies, then we can deal with it. I really want to talk about Bebop and Rocksteady. They look, again, I can't say it enough, they looked really good, and I went back and I watched Turtles Forever, which you really got a good look of Bebop and Rocksteady other than from the 80s cartoons. In this one, they look more gritty compared to how they looked in the cartoons. I never remember, it's either Bebop or Rocksteady, I don't know. I know them as a team, I don't know them as individuals, because again, I grew up on the 2007 to 2011 cartoon. I'm even growing up on the new. I'm still growing up. We're growing every day, and I'm growing up on the new one. And Bebop and Rocksteady weren't in there. I grew up on Toka and Reza, not Bebop and Rocksteady, but these two. I remember the pig one, the one with the mohawk. Bebop. That's right, because the main poster for the new movie is Bebop's wanted poster. But anyway, yes, Bebop, he in the cartoon, he had turtle shells on as a guard on his shoulders. In this one, I didn't see that. But I actually, when you looked back at the trailer, they actually focused more on Rocksteady than Bebop, which I didn't understand that, but he had a lot more chase scenes because he was chasing Casey and everything like that. Speaking of Casey, I I cannot say how awesome it is that Arrow is doing Casey. How amazing is that going to be? I read articles about what he says is that he's going like, I'm having so much fun playing with hockey sticks instead of bows and arrows. So I am so excited to see him play that. And what I wanted to really talk about was, I want to know what is Michael Bay thinking of putting April with? Like, every series, they kind of put April with a certain turtle. In the 2007 one, they've kind of put her with Leonardo just a little bit because she was the one that found Leo and stuff like that. The live action ones from Jim Henson, it was more Raph, except for in the first one where Mikey was the one that was flirting with her all the time. But then in the third one, Raph was, I know how much people hate the Jim Henson live action, or I guess it wasn't Jim Henson back then, but the live action third one, it was more Raph that cared about April. And now in the current TV series, it's Donnie that loves April. And so I'm kind of wondering where Michael Bay is going with what turtle, because I haven't figured it out yet. It was kind of like an equal four between them, but it seems more Mikey. And it's kind of, I think it's kind of funny that it's Mikey, because he was the one that was always flirting with her the most in the first one, and singing all those great quotes that we all know Mikey for, and this in this one he's asking Casey if they're a thing. But even in even in the 2007 to 2011 cartoon, it was more of Casey and Raph had a thing, and then April came, and I just don't understand. I don't understand yet who's going with who. And I want to talk about other things. I want to talk about is that I want to say this now, because I know somebody's going to say it. And I want to say it, I want to say it, and I will say, is that I've heard a lot of people complaining about the scene where they're going down the rapids and it looks like a video game. Well, I want to point out that in the first movie, the scene in that trailer where they were going down the snowy mountain, we were all going like, what the hell? Why are the turtles on a snowy mountain when they're supposed to be in New York? And that turned out to be the most epic scene of the entire movie. It turned out to be this big chase, not a lot of explosions, other than stabby electric lights and some trees broken, and of cars going down this mountain. But that turned out to be the most epic scene of the entire movie, other than the elevator scene. I'll give you all the elevator scene, because that scene was just genius. So I don't understand why we're complaining about the rapid scene now, because we know that's gonna, I guarantee you that's going to turn out to be the most epic scene of the entire movie. But then, yes, I do. I noticed the new casting of Shredder, and I do. I didn't care about Shredder enough in the first movie, and I really don't care about Shredder in this movie. I know, like, if I'm that much of a turtle fan, I should care about what Shredder is. But at the same time, I like these movies because it actually, it shows more of the turtles as a brotherly family. Because for me, like, the 2007 to 2011 cartoon, that focused more on Shredder being the Neutron and everything like that, and I never really felt that we got to really feel what they act like without a threat, like without a bad guy jumping down their throats. And even in the first, in the 2014 movie, we didn't really get that, other than them meeting April and stuff like that. So we did get that a little bit, but then Shredder showed up and stuff like that, and so we had to have the plot. But I am glad they recasted Shredder. He looks a little better. I don't know if they're gonna put him back in a mecha Shredder suit, but I thought, my friend and I just kept on going on and on about how beautiful that suit was. It was exactly as Sax said. It was a, now kind of technology with ancient Japanese combined into one, and I thought it looked beautiful. I thought it was perfect. And I still will, I want to say this now, if Donnie doesn't fix the tech in the new home or in the new lair, then I'm gonna call bullshit in this entire movie, because in all the 2011 and 2007 and 2011 cartoon, if anybody ever walked into the layer with something technology that was tracking them or whatever, it would go off, because that was just what that's how Donnie programmed the layer. And if that doesn't work, if he doesn't learn his lesson from the first movie, I'm gonna be so disappointed in Donatello. But yeah, I love his new look. I'm glad they all brought all the details back and added more details and added more purple. Because even his, when you first see his bow staff, when Leo says, gear up, he even has more purple on his bow staff now, which was just great. I love how they're splashing all the color in all the turtles. It's just going to be epic. And thing I wanted to talk about was I loved. I did notice, like, I've seen other reactors, and I know they pointed this out, is that Leonardo has a new voice. I hope he does a great job, I have all the faith in the world for him, because if Michelangelo could change from a whole different color green, then Leo's voice can change, and we could still have a great movie. And my final thing is that Paramount, I know you're not going to be listening to me, you're not going to find my video, but I do want to say this out to all the people who do watch my videos, so maybe y'all will go out and make a video, and maybe it will be somebody who actually matters, and Paramount will see it. Just say that they're done. I know they want to make more trailers, I know they want to make more money, I know they want to hype up the movie even more, but Paramount, listen to me. Nickelodeon, listen to me. You don't need to. You really don't. This one is fine. You didn't give away anything of the movie other than how awesome the characters are gonna be. We saw a little bit of maybe a Technodrome. Let us think about a Technodrome. We might not get a Technodrome. It might be something completely different. But you don't need to put out anything else. You don't need to put out another trailer. You don't need to put out... if you want to change this trailer, that's fine, like cut pieces out or to make them smaller and make them three separate trailers for other occasions, but you don't need to make any more trailers. I know you're still going to, but please help me spread the word to Paramount and Nickelodeon that they don't need to. That's all. This was all we needed to get hyped all the way up to June. To finally say it is that I'm not going to see any of the other trailers. Like, I'm going to, avoid them. If I see them at a movie theater, I'm going to cover my eyes and cover my ears and just, look away on the TV because I don't need anything else except this. And thank you, Nickelodeon, for bringing this back. And the only thing that I hate that this is back, that this one is coming back, is that this means that, I think this officially means that for the 2007 movie, we're not going to get a sequel to that. And I really wish we did, or we got a short or something to figure out what the heck was going to happen. But at least we get this, we get the nice live action, and we finally got Bebop and Rocksteady, and we finally got a turtle car that's a live action turtle car other than the Jim Henson, April O'Neil's van, or the turtle cars from the cartoons or whatever from there. No, we got a live action turtle car that's twice the size as the one from the first movie, and it's just going to be awesome. So I hope y'all are psyched as I am for TMNT, and I will see y'all on June the 3rd because I'm going to go see it June the 2nd when it comes out for its midnight release or its 7 o'clock release or whatever whatever theaters have to say it. And I did want to finally close this video with is that if you ever have a chance, if you like Batman, if you like TMNT, or if you just like one or the other, please check out the Batman TMNT comic that's coming out, and for its 6 issues. So it's coming out from now to January, February, March, April, May, June. So it's coming out. Oh my god, it'll be done when the new movie comes out. So that's awesome. You guys should totally check it out. It looks awesome. From the first issue, it looks amazing. Donnie's in love with the Batmobile, so how's that not going to be a great comic? I don't know what more we can want. Alright, so I hope you all have a great night and a great Christmas and a great week. Bye.